Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. I've been meaning to make this video for a while. Today I'm going to be responding to more unpopular K-pop opinions on Reddit. Don't worry, these aren't the same repetitive ones you hear all the time. Remember, everything I've said is my opinion, so please don't be offended if you disagree. Don't bash anyone. Now onto the video. It does matter if a group writes their own music. I know some companies don't allow it, but they are training for almost everything. Help them learn. It helps me connect with them and it feels more genuine. Honestly, I really appreciate it when companies give artists musical freedom to make their own music. I actually prefer and like that. But because most companies are in charge of the production and making of the song, it doesn't really matter in the K-pop industry. It's something that matters to me, but as I know that not all companies allow it, I've learned to just let it be. Joy will become the most successful member of Red Velvet after they disband. She can definitely act and we can expect a lot from her. Joy is good at acting, but I don't think she will be the only one to gain popularity. I feel like if Yeri was to continue pursuing music as a soloist, I think she'd be pretty successful. Other members like Irene are already popular, but I think if Joy or Yeri were to continue with a similar or the same career choice, it would play out well for them. I prefer co-ed groups than just regular girl group boy group. It would be more versatile to see boys and girls in a group. I would love to see an increase in groups like this, but here's the thing, whilst this would be something fresh to the K-pop industry, it's hard to gain popularity. I mean, there are more than one, but I only really know KARD. Then there is also the whole shipping between members thing. But in terms of preference, I don't really mind if the group has boys or girls or mixed. I usually pick my preference based on a range of things like style of music, concept, personality, choreo, etc. Gender isn't an issue for me. Stay Tonight is the best chungha comeback. The chorus is catchy. The way the song is structured is stunning. This is my personal opinion, but I have to disagree. I didn't like Stay Tonight, and when I saw the teaser for the first time, I'm not gonna lie, I had a feeling I wasn't gonna like it. It's not bad, but it just felt underwhelming for me. I think it's artistic, but honestly nothing has topped Gotta Go for me. Snapping comes second. I hate the trend of pre-release singles. It's supposed to build hype, but companies don't put much effort into it. People often use the excuse, oh, it's okay, the title track will be better. I get the idea behind pre-release tracks, but the thing is that none of them have worked for me. A lot of the ones released have felt underwhelming. Blackpink, How You Like That? I felt that as a song it didn't flow well. Same for Play by Chungha as well. When I listened to the song, it felt rushed and nothing special to it. Just another generic song with a beat drop for a chorus. I was disappointed by the choreo, because I know Chungha's ability as a dancer and I felt like the choreography didn't match the song. I didn't enjoy listening to the song as much as Gotta Go or Snapping. I'm still waiting for something that's gonna top Gotta Go. I feel like pre-release singles are actually such a great move, but you can't half-ass it. It needs to be good. I wish Blackpink had harder choreographies. They are intentionally simple for fans to follow, but they've trained for 5 years and their dances are on the bland side. I do want Blackpink to have quote harder choreographies. The choreo to their songs prior to D4, I can't complain much about. I like them. But after D4, that was when things got boring and repetitive for me. The songs released after D4, eventually I get used to them and I seem to realize that a complex choreo might not suit those songs. But that's when I really wish for Blackpink or YG to then create a song that would then suit a more complex choreo. I'm really hoping for this in their next comeback, but I don't know what to expect. Some idols don't belong to their groups. Not saying they aren't talented, but they might be better in another group or company. One of the examples this person gave was Jisoo from Blackpink. I do kinda understand this one. In terms of image. Again, not saying she shouldn't be in Blackpink, but she doesn't seem to match with the other girls. Perhaps it's because she can't speak English fluently, or isn't as popular to the international audience as the other members. Part of me does think that acting would be better suited to Jisoo, but then again she is a part of Blackpink and I don't think I would wanna replace her. But saying that, I think How You Like That suited Jisoo the best. I thought of Kai from EXO. For me, I think it's his voice. I don't think Kai's voice suits EXO's sound. I'm not saying he shouldn't be in EXO, but I hear his solo song like Spoiler and I think he sounds a lot better with his own voice. I do think he's one of the weaker vocalists in EXO, but his voice really stands out in his own songs. Blackpink's style looks cheap. Their outfits don't always match, like it's a different event for each of them. They give Rose the same shoes, or clothes that just accentuate her small waist. I'm not a huge fan of the clothes either. I definitely think there have been some great outfits, but it does seem a bit all over the place. I feel that their company or stylist are more obsessed with them wearing designer pieces, which don't always look good, than outfits that relate to the concept. I don't always think their outfits match their concept or what they are trying to convey. This doesn't sound like a insert group or artist song. It probably does. Most of the times people haven't gone deep into the discography of the songs and assume that a certain song doesn't sound like their style. I think this is partly true, because there are a lot of songs that a group or artist can make, that you might not be aware of, including songs from the start of their debut or B-sides. It's no lie that a lot of the attention gets put onto the main title tracks, but if you don't listen to their other songs, you might not know that they are actually very experimental with their sound. But I also understand why people would say that, especially if a group consistently gives off one type of vibe, like Twice and their cute concepts, but they probably have other songs that show a different side, especially with their more recent songs. K-pop music videos seem caged. They are filmed in boxes. I guess Chungha's stay was a bit of a break from that, but there were still shots inside. There's nothing wrong with using sets, but I just think that now I feel quite deprived of a music video that's been shot outside with scenery. A lot of music videos are shot inside with props to give off a certain vibe or message, but I think what we're missing more of now is a music video shot outside, and I mean all the way, like Mamamoo's Starry Night. Solo's Spit It Out isn't solo worthy. There isn't much replay value. It'd be boring if it wasn't for bald Sola and her being herself. I'm glad I didn't make this video until Hwasa's Maria came out. I've been meaning to make this video for a while. The thing with Spit It Out was that it wasn't memorable and it didn't sound appeasing to the ears. The music video as well seemed quite low budget and just some really crap sets that they found. This is just my personal opinion, but I compare that to Hwasa's solo songs and I feel and see more of a wow factor with Hwasa's songs. I don't know if that's the company's move or the girls, but it felt like there was no effort in Sola's solo. I'm starting to hate the constant English and K-pop songs. I don't mind some if it's done smoothly, but it gets quite repetitive. I get that K-pop has expanded on a global level, and it's fine if you wanna add English words to the song, but I think it's definitely being overdone. I have to be honest, I don't really like where the fourth generation of K-pop is going. It seems like a lot of companies are debuting trainees who do have a good level of English, so that they can use them to appeal to a broader audience. The thing is, it doesn't always make the song sound good. There are K-pop songs, entirely in Korean, in which I don't understand a fucking word, but sometimes it's actually a really good song. I just think the English is being overdone and I sometimes wonder how much of K-pop is Korean. Dawn's identity has been reduced to being Hyuna's boyfriend and that is sad. People don't realize he's an artist. He didn't train hard for people to do him like this. I think a part of Dawn knew that he was gonna get linked to Hyuna a lot, and it doesn't help that Dawn is arguably less popular than Hyuna. So now when he does do his own thing, there will always be that label of him being Hyuna's boyfriend. Because I mean, he was still starting out in his career, only for that to be overshadowed by the news of his relationship. I don't know. I feel like I don't know much about the situation, so I could be wrong. Let me know your guys' thoughts about Dawn's current image. Idols should focus more on vocals than other aspects. Fans tend to praise complicated dances and good visuals, but I think music and vocals should be the main focus. There are so many trends within the K-pop industry. Right now it's complex choreographies, whereas in the past a lot of the focus was on the vocals. A lot of people say that it was SHINee's Lucifer That paved the way for harder choreographies. I felt like with 3rd gen it was a balance of having to sing well and dance well. Now with 4th gen idols, I do think people expect perfection from them in all areas. But as a whole, the main focus is choreography nowadays. I know there are groups who do focus on all aspects or other aspects than just choreography currently, but the majority are going towards that trend right now. I do feel a little disappointed cause all the artists I admire don't seem to be making the trends like before. It feels like everyone, including the big groups, are also following the trends. And as a result, the current trend of having a challenging choreo means more focus is on the dance than vocals. And a lot of people say that 4th gen idols don't have the best vocals compared to previous gen idols. But I think if you really are a passionate performer, you would try to take everything into consideration. Alexa is a talented dancer, but she won't go far in K-pop. She doesn't have that spark and her Korean skills aren't that great. Here's the thing, she's very talented, but I don't think she's well suited to the industry. This sort of links back to the English and K-pop songs. Personally, when I listen to Alexa's music, it doesn't sound like I'm listening to K-pop. I'm not gonna lie, it does sound cringe. Because I really don't wanna be that person to say it, but it's my opinion. But I feel like the English dominates over everything else. I think with her work it's something to watch, but not listen. And I get that she's telling a sci-fi storyline or whatever it is. But I think maybe it's because we know what to expect from her next song. Maybe we're not surprised. She only has that sci-fi maybe girl crush image. And I do think if she wants to stay in the industry, she's gonna have to do a different concept soon. I Am Somi is a little cringy sometimes. Sometimes it looks staged and the company is trying to force her bubbly personality. Sometimes she overdoes it. If they kept it more natural, it'd be more fun to watch. So I've watched the show and I kind of agree with what's been said. I don't know if they're forcing it, but there are times where I sometimes feel as Somi is acting just for the camera, which a lot of idols do to create entertainment. But I just think with this show you can tell. And yeah, if they kept the show more natural and more personal, I feel like the show would be better. I don't know if it was Somi's idea to do the show, but still it doesn't feel personal and that it's coming from her. Jackson's solo work isn't very strong. It isn't memorable. It lacks soul and depth. Honestly, it's hard to admit this because Jackson is my bias in GOT7. But if I was a real fan, I would state my honest opinions. He does have good songs. I like Papillon. Okay, different game and Oxygen. But I don't think anything has surpassed Papillon for me. I love that he's experimenting and trying different styles like singing. But I do think that what he does best is rapping. I'm not a huge fan of his recent work. One thing though I do think Jackson should have done was milk different game as much as he could have. It was a collaboration with a Western artist and pushing that song, I felt like it would have given him recognition in the Western market. That's it everyone. Thanks so much for watching. I just wanna thank you guys for getting both my unpopular opinions videos to 3K. I really appreciate it because I'm trying to grow my channel. Please like, share and most importantly subscribe to help me grow my channel. Leave your video suggestions and opinions below. I would love to read them. Thanks again for watching. Until next time, bye.